So it's live now. Hi guys, welcome to Tapping In Part 2. I'm Lisa and I'll be going through how to employ people with an impairment. First off, we'd like to acknowledge, do an acknowledgement of country. 30-foot drop acknowledges the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognises their continuing connection to land, waters and community. We pay our respects to them and their cultures, to elders both past and present. Right, so funding. 30-foot drop would like to acknowledge the Department of Communities, Disabled Services for funding this and many other initiatives. Without their support, so many projects such as Two Wise Monkeys would never see the light of day, and as a community would be much more poorer for it. This workshop is part of a Realities and Advantages of Access and Inclusion grant awarded to 30-foot drop as a part of the Information Linkages and Capacity Buildings grants 2018 to 2019. Housekeeping. Okay, so unfortunately we don't have the resources to monitor all the live streams during the sessions. So if you want to ask any questions or interact with us, please head to www.30footdrop.com.au/live and ask any questions that you might have. Please make sure as well that if you talk about any, if you post anything about what we've done today, to tag us in those posts. We'll also be recording the session, so if you would like to review it later on, you can head over to the website or the YouTube page and have a look at what we've done today. At the end of the webinar, if you could take some time out to fill out the survey that we've done, that'd be great, and also add your email address. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so I'm one of your wise monkeys. The other wise monkey, Ben, will pop in later to say hi. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Hear No Evil, so just by looking at me you probably can't tell what I may suffer from. Through me you'll realise that you'll hear no evil about impairment. My story is definitely a more hidden one. At the age of 8 I was diagnosed with mild dyslexia. Teachers used to hit me on the head, read out my low marks and yell at me in front of my classmates. Why don't you understand? What's wrong with you? Making me feel completely dumb and unworthy. But despite these challenges growing up, the dyslexia only made me more determined to succeed and prove all these teachers and people that were negative wrong. I have multiple diplomas in the arts and also one in counselling, and at present have my own photography business. So, who is the third monkey? That is you. And you will be Speak No Evil. The aim of today's workshop is to turn you into a wise monkey. You'll begin the journey of realising that, impairment or not, we are all human and deserve to be acknowledged and treated with the same respect as everyone else. Outline a method. So how are we going to get you started on the path of the wise monkey? Well, there is a lot to learn about people with impairment and how to employ these amazing people. First up, we are going to look at disability employment providers, what they are and how they work for your business. After that, we'll go through 5 tips on how you can prepare your business to employ these people with impairments. To finish up, we'll have an open forum, so where you can ask any questions and head over to the chat box, which is in the on our website. If you go onto our website, www.30footdrop.com.au/live, and go hit the live button and you'll be able to chat with us. So how are we going to cover all this? What will our teaching method be? The answer is fun and open and honest discussion. So yeah, once again, feel free to ask any questions. You'll notice that there's very little written content on the slide, and that is because we are here to all interact with each other and not sit there having to read the screen. Okay, terminology review. To reduce confusion and ensure understanding, we want to review some terminologies that we'll be using in this session. So first up is disability versus impairment. An impairment is an injury, illness, or congenital condition that causes or is likely to cause a loss of difference of physiological and psychological function. In short, an impairment is your medical diagnosis. So my medical diagnosis is that I have mild dyslexia. And an example would be that if someone gave me too much information, maybe I just couldn't understand it, couldn't take it in, so that limits me. A disability, on the other hand, is the loss or limitation of opportunities to take part in society on an equal level with others due to social and environmental barriers. It is, as the word implies, something that makes you unable to access or participate in something. So if there was a script, some business had used a script that isn't easy for maybe people with dyslexia, that would disable me from being able to read it and maybe go into that business or find what I need to find. Hopefully this all makes sense to everyone. Next is the difference between access and inclusion. Access refers to the removal or reduction of barriers to participate in activities and functions of a community. At its core, access focuses a lot on the physical world around us and is easily assessed by a checklist. Inclusion is more a physiological state of being and is a process where every person, irrespective of their age, disability, gender, religion, sexual preference, or nationality, who wishes to and can participate fully in all aspects of the activity. Does this make sense to everyone? Hopefully that does. Right, next we have disability employment services. What are they? Disability employment services help people with a disability to find and keep a job. Providers of disability employment services are called DES providers for short. Through DES providers, people with a disability, injury or health condition may be able to receive assistance to prepare for and find and keep a job. DES providers provide a mix of large, medium and small, for-profit and non-for-profit organisations that are experienced in supporting people with a disability, as well as aiding employers to put in place practices that support an employee in the workplace. Okay. How DES providers are funded. These are funded by the government. Providers receive payments for helping participants to find and maintain work. Payments are structured so providers earn more funding when they are placed. Payments are structured so providers earn more funding when they place more people into lasting employment. This acts as an incentive to make sure that they make the best possible matches. Job matching. How do DES providers make sure they find the right match? It's all about understanding both providers. The career history and aspirations, understanding their barriers, exploring their capabilities, getting candidates job ready through work experience, training and volunteering. Right, business. Understanding the employer's business needs, business dynamics, role creation, and once both sides fully understand and match, they then select the match so that both parties' needs are met. And that is job matching. Okay, so where do the participants or clients come from? DES candidates are not forced into employment. They come to the DES provider in a number of ways, and these are through word of mouth, referral from the following, referral following a discussion with a team member, friend or family member. Where have I gone? Sorry about that. Self-referral after exposure to advertising and social media platforms. Referral from a health professional, community agency or school. Self-determining move from another provider. Community talks, community help desks and pop-up shops. Discussions again with health community agencies and schools. Employment forums and expos. Role creation and role carving. What is that? It's about providing business efficiency. So there are 4 mechanics employed at a workshop to spend. Have I done that wrong?
Oh, you skipped over a couple.
Oh, sorry, skipped over a couple. Okay. Hey, won't be a minute.
Yep.
Okay, so role creation and job carving. Finding tasks that can be done by less qualified people, which can be cheaper, and allowing more qualified people continue being productive. So an example of this would be that there are 4 mechanics employed at a workshop. They spend 30 minutes each day cleaning up the workshop. During this time, they are not creating profit for the business and costing 2 hours' wages. Employing someone to come in for 2 hours a day at a lower rate will allow the mechanics to continue generating profit for the business. Support. As well as job matching and role creation, the DES provider also offers the following free services, which is candidate support, application assistance. So, candidate support, let's go over this. DES providers will support their candidates in their role by regular on and off site visits. They ensure the candidate continues understanding the employer's expectations, assess for any requirements for technology, monitor for developing requirements to maintain performance, deal with any questions or issues swiftly, and most DES providers will be contactable outside of office hours. So they'll be there to support both you as a business and your employee. So application support. DES providers will provide free assistance with the following applications. So wage subsidies, workplace modifications through job access, and both of these sources were covered in Tapping in Part 1. So if you missed out on that one, we'll be doing that one again in probably another week. Okay, how to get started. Get in touch with your DES provider. Provide them with the required information. Employ the matched candidate. DES provider will provide and gather information and fill out all the paperwork. So they do a lot for your business in helping you employ this person. So now you can enjoy your amazing employee. Preparing your business. So, getting the right match and preparing your business. Now that you have committed to employing someone with a disability, what's next? Here are some tips to get you started and ensure your employee reaches their full potential. As with all hiring, it's important to get the right match. A person's disability may be quite irrelevant to the kind of work required, which means people with a disability are employed all across the board. Using a DES provider will give you access to a far wider talent pool along with objective and relevant advice when making your decision. Disability awareness training. Many people are apprehensive about dealing with a new team member living with a disability. Conducting targeted training for all your staff can address these questions when helping people be more confident when working with their new colleague. This promotes positive attitudes and teamwork and ensures everyone is treated equally and fairly. Funding is available for awareness training through Jobs Access to help with these. Accessibility. Preparing the workplace so that it's accessible will allow you to allow the employee to do their job and help with a smooth onboarding process. Needs will vary depending on the employee's disability or health condition. Funding is available for these modifications, and other considerations may include rosters and work practices. Induction and mentoring. Your new employee should receive an induction, relevant workplace training, and ongoing support throughout the designated buddy or mentor. So the employee will have their own buddy or mentor throughout the whole process, especially in the early stages of their employment. Just support them and keep them going. So think about the reasonable adjustments beforehand that you may need to take before bringing this person in, and make them as rewarding as possible for that person. Post-placement consultant. If your new employee is connected with a DES provider, they will then have a consultant allocated to provide post-placement support free of charge. In addition to supporting the employee, the consultant is also intended to as a go-to person if they have any questions or concerns. So once again, that person is there for the employee and then there for the business as well for any questions. Use the consultant as a free resource and your team to ensure things run as smoothly as possible for the first few months in the role that you both have created for them. But hopefully I didn't go over that all too fast and it all made sense. If I did, then you're welcome to watch it again. So that's us done very fast. Right, so now I would like to ask anyone if they have any questions or didn't quite understand what I was saying. I may have gone a bit fast. Yeah, throw them out there, and yeah, Ben can come in and help with any questions, or if you've got any questions for him, he can answer anything that you've got. Anything you want to add?
Let's give everyone to about 6:25 if they have any questions, and if they do, then we will answer them then. So
Cool.
Please type away. We really encourage everybody to ask as many questions as possible. Open, honest conversations is what we are all about.
Cool, we'll check in soon. Okay, live again. You can hear me now. We didn't have any questions through tonight, but that's fine. I hope you all enjoyed tapping in part 2. Before we go, just remember to head over to our website, as you'll find all the resources over there that I've spoke about today. So if you wanted to know a little bit more information, you can just look on the website www.30footdrop.com.au and have a look at those. Then next, if you can, could you fill out the survey and send that in to us? We'd love to see what you've written as well. Can you add your email address? And we'll keep you up to date with future projects. What else was there?
That's it.
Oh, and social media. If you want to give us a like, want to say anything on social media, give us a review, share whatever you like on social media. But that's all from me today, and we will see you tomorrow for tapping in part 3, which is about, what's tomorrow?
It is about inclusion and being worth the investment, having a look at the market size and the amount of money that businesses are missing out on.
Yep, we're looking at the market segment tomorrow and tapping in part 3. So we will see you in the morning, 11 o'clock is when it kicks off. Awesome. Have a good night, guys. See ya.
So everyone